Dallas B Coffield is on the line and we're going to talk about his book, HWY 98. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm brilliant, thank you.
Great.
So, was writing a novel something that you've always wanted to do?
It is. I have boxes of things that I've written ever since I was probably 14 or 15 years old. Collection of poems that I've written, stories that I started and not finished. A lot of stories I've started and not finished. Short stories, all of that stuff. Yeah, it's been a dream of mine for a while.
And fiction isn't the easiest thing to write, so how did you come up with a storyline for this book?
Yeah, it's interesting. This one actually was fully organic. I kind of got in my head that I just wanted to start writing something. And I had a conversation about Tom Wolfe's line that you can't go home again.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm going to start talking about I'm going to think about that. And I just started writing. And a story just started appearing out of that writing. I probably was 4 or 5 chapters into it. And I thought, oh, wait, you know what? I'm going to kill somebody in this book. I'm going to make it a murder mystery. And that's sort of how it started. I went back and rewrote what I had written already to make it a murder mystery. But it is a first novel, so it was uniquely organic. I didn't even have an outline for this one.
So had you always been a fan of reading murder mystery novels, or did that just come about without being a fan?
No, actually, I've always been a terrific fan of them. Yeah, as a kid, Sherlock Holmes was probably one of my favorite things to read. So I read every one of them. Read a lot of Hardy Boys mysteries as a little kid, and even now, I read a good bit. And I read the good standards like the Grishams and the Pattison and all of those guys. So yeah.
Besides being a murder mystery, what are the other themes included in the book?
I think that there obviously is a theme of loss, and I think that kind of resonates through the book, even with the main character talking about the loss of his father, and even one of the other characters talking about the loss of his father, and the loss of your youth and trying to reclaim some of it.
Does the story in any way relate to your own life?
It does. There's a lot of it. I keep having to tell people this isn't actually me. I didn't actually ever witness a murder in my life. Nobody who's died in the book is anybody I knew. But it does. The main character's family makeup is very similar to mine. I did have to take extra care in writing the part of the man's mother because my mother is still alive, and I didn't want her thinking I thought she was a terrible person. So yeah, there are. I grew up in that area. I live in Tampa now, which is where some of the book takes place.
Another part of Florida is Destin. Have you ever lived there?
Well, I have. Actually, I've not lived in Destin. I lived in Fort Walton Beach. It's about 5 miles from Destin. Almost all of my summer jobs as a kid growing up were in Destin. The minute I had a car, everything was in Destin. As a matter of fact, there's a seafood restaurant there that I think that I worked in during about 5 or 6 summers during my life, doing various different jobs from disgusting to fun. A lot of fish cleaning, but I would rather not ever have to do that again. Destin. My mother had a shop in Destin. She was actually a real estate agent and working out of Destin as well. So Fort Walton Beach and Destin are so close that they're really only separated by about 5 miles of deserted beach. So you kind of are back and forth between the two quite a bit if you live there.
And who would you say the target audience is for this book?
I don't know. I don't know that there is a particular, like an individual target audience. Obviously, I think that I think anybody familiar with the northern Gulf Coast of Florida and Alabama would really enjoy this book. I believe that there are a lot of themes in the book that probably would be. I think a lot of people that were Southern would enjoy it. But more than that, I just think it's honestly, and I don't want to pat myself on the back. I think it's a great story, and the ending I think is a big surprise to most people. So I think it's just a phenomenon. If you're a fan of murder mystery, this should be a really good book.
Well, do you plan on writing more books after this one?
I do. As a matter of fact, I'm a little better than midway through. I think about midway through a book that I'm writing right now that takes place in New Orleans.
So in the meantime, where are we able to find this book, HWY 98?
Okay, you can find it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And you can find it at Barnes & Noble.
Brilliant. Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great to have you on.
Thank you.